I'm up, I'm Adam, but you can call me Casey. It's time for our House Mailbag, our weekly segment where you send in your questions and we answer them right here on the program. Let's see what we've got today.
Dear Mailbag, as you know, there's a big 3-day weekend on the horizon. Usually my family does a big camping trip at our favorite site, but as you can imagine, it's closed. Weekends really aren't the same anymore anyway. 3 days at the house. What should I do? Signed, Fernhill FOMO.
All right, Fernhill FOMO. Take it from a Boy Scouts of America dropout to say, first and foremost, I'm not sure this little camping trip is anything to shed too many tears about. You live in the greatest city on earth. Why would you want to leave it? So let's just say you've got the outdoor itch and no cortisone cream is going to cut it. First, you'll want to hit the books to make sure you're in the right mental headspace for the great outdoors.
I highly recommend William Golding's Lord of the Flies, the First Aid Textbook for Juniors, Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time, Cognac to King Crab by Ewell Chaffin, and my personal favorite, Exploring the Deep Frontier, The Adventure of Man in the Sea. After all, this weekend's forecast calls for showers, but we've got a yard. Let's go camping.
In the words of the great Baden Powell, always be prepared. For starters, you'll want to look at local foliage in your yard to make sure there's no poison ivy. You know the old saying, a pig in the poke plus 2 makes 5? Or was it 4? Either way, it's best to avoid bushes altogether. Now you gotta set up your tent. This one's got room for the whole family. Now, you're probably gonna need all hands on deck because this is definitely not a one-man job. Next, you'll want to set up a fire. I brought a can of gas, a pile of sticks, and a few laundry loads worth of kindling lint. That's an old scout secret. What am I doing wrong? What? Do we have another bottle of WD-40? You know, Pomo, this camping thing's just not for me. But it's not too late to salvage this 3-day weekend.
We put our best minds on it, and we've devised a way for you to bring the weekend you knew and loved before the pandemic to the comforts of your own home.
We've combined traditional activities to create new ways for you to max out your holiday weekend. First,
Karaoke beer pong.
Everybody's working for the weekend. Yeah.
Netflix farmers market.
you know, this is one of the worst farmers markets I've ever seen, but I can't stop watching.
Nightclub book club. For all you artist types, we've got moonshine sip and paint.
I'll tell you what my Uncle Monty used to say. If you want to make moonshine, you're going to need a little yeast, a little barley, and a whole lot of donkey spit.
CrossFit brunch with Coach Seth Perlman.
Would you think this brunch was gonna be all Benedicts and mimosas? Think again, wimps. Now drop and give me 75 Cocker Spaniel crunches with the ear drag and keep those heels up. Amateur hour's over, baby!
Good stuff, right? And that's just what we've got planned through Friday night. Look, FOMO, we're in the middle of an unprecedented situation. Now's not the time for fear of missing out or forcing the usual traditions. Put down your social media and take a nap. Maybe 3 naps. Find a chore you've been meaning to tackle and get after it. Whatever you do this weekend, just go with the flow. There will be plenty of 3-day weekends when the dust settles. Keep your questions coming, Tacoma. We'll see you next week.